Could it be possible for Spyro 4 to connect the multiverse together with Crash Bandicoot, Ratchet & Clank, and many other characters? Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? My name is WOLFWILL and welcome back to another video. Before we kick things off, if you are new to the channel and like what you see, be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications to get notified of all of my uploads. And with that, let's dive right into the video. So once again, we're back with another Spyro 4 related video. We've had a couple of speculation videos already, such as, for example, my hopes and ideas for the game, as well as Dark Spyro's potential involvement and importance in it, as well as some other things such as the Unleash the Dragon community event that occurred recently in, I think it was earlier this month is when we covered it. But now, the thought has come by that what if Spyro 4 will be the key to finally giving us a crossover type game with Crash Bandicoot and potentially other characters such as Ratchet & Clank, maybe even Sly Cooper and Jak and Daxter out of random. Like, this is possible. The reason why is because if we look at, say, Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time, there are a couple of little Spyro Easter eggs in there. Now, these aren't actual cameos, but these are still considered Easter eggs. We have the little floaty at the beginning of the game, and as well as there's a giant parade float later, sort of mid-game-ish. And then, Ratchet & Clank in Rift Apart, there are some pretty big cameos in there. I mean, there's a bunch of other references from, say, Uncharted, Horizon Zero Dawn, and then you've got Jak and Daxter physically there, as well as Sly Cooper himself and something like the Sly Cooper gang van, pretty much. In order to actually see Sly Cooper and Jak and Daxter physically in the flesh themselves, you have to have the Rhino equipped in your arsenal, and the only way to get the Rhino is to acquire all of the infobots across the game. And the designs, I love them. Sly Cooper has a bit of a comic type of look to him, whereas Jak and Daxter, not exactly, but the fact that they're both physically there, ripped from their dimensions very briefly just for a few seconds, kind of gives fans hope. I mean, it's really more of just, like, it could literally just be a cameo and not really saying much. But if we look at the whole multiverse concept with Crash as well, it kind of makes sense. In Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart as well, there's a optional side mission where you are hunting for Lombax's lore, and two of the orbs or lore, I can't remember what they're called, like the orbs that you collect, actually mention the dimensions that Sly Cooper comes from and Jak and Daxter. Sly mentions basically how his species looks similar to a Lombax, but he was like carrying a cane, wearing a mask, pulling off some sort of a heist, which is literally Sly Cooper. And then the other one mentioned two people, something with commentary. One was very talkative and very fun to be around. That's basically your Jak and Daxter reference right there. And we know that the three, being Ratchet & Clank, Sly Cooper, and Jak and Daxter, have actually had a crossover before. I can't remember the name of the game, but then we've also had Spyro crossover with Crash multiple times, and very recently too, at the moment with Crash on the Run, the mobile game currently out, in which Season 3, the current season, is based on Spyro. Spyro is in with Dark Spyro as well, and that's sort of why I talked about Dark Spyro's importance in one of the previous videos, because of Crash on the Run. To be more specific though, if we look at the ending of Crash 4, we know for a fact that Crash is far from being over. Like, we're only just getting started. We've got a ending secret cutscene where we find Cortex on the beach that he was basically exiled on, And we find that Uka Uka is not dead, he's back, which obviously tells us there is going to be more Crash Bandicoot games. And then if we look at Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, I guarantee there are going to be more, especially since we just got Rivet, and now that Kit is going to be teaming up with Rivet, I kind of see a possible team-up game that might be mainly focused on Rivet and Kit. But then of course, there's going to be plenty more of Ratchet & Clank and more character development between the two different duos. The way that Spyro 4 pretty much could connect with crossing over with Crash Bandicoot pretty much would be the fact that the dragons know magic. So right there, they have a bunch of different portals that go to the different dragon worlds. And we've talked about how Red could be the potential villain, maybe even have Dark Spyro where he could possibly be a dimensional counterpart to Spyro. Cinder could also be from a different dimension. It's pretty obvious there is a possibility that there is going to be a full-on multiverse crossover game with all these characters. So once again, this was kind of brief and pretty much on the top of my head, but I think this would be really, really cool to see. We have partially talked about it already in the past, but I guarantee we're going to be getting the crossover game that we deserve. It's been a long time since like the last one. I believe the last official crossover was the Conspiracy games. I can't remember the full name, but it was where basically Crash and Spyro switched realities and fought each other's bosses, being Cortex and Ripto. But with that out of the way, I just want to say thank you guys so much once again for watching the video, and of course you can go and check out all my content. The Spyroverse series is going very well. We are going to be launching that very, very soon in the next couple of weeks. That is what I'm aiming for. But apart from that, I don't really have much else to say, but we will definitely be covering more Spyro 4 speculations, and even the Legend of Spyro trilogy, such as the past video I did where I spoke about what would happen if we got a remastered Legend of Spyro trilogy. And there were some very interesting points in that video that people mentioned in the comments that potentially I might point out in a future video. So if you guys want to see that, let me down below in the comments. And with that, I hope you guys have a great day or a great night.